and welcome to the first YouTube video of Keylligraphy Inc. It's a pleasure to meet you all, whoever may be watching this. My name is Ray. I'm a freelance artist and streamer on twitch.tv/Key Inc. I spend most of my time doing commissions and streaming my creative process on Twitch, so me recording myself, talking to myself, is extremely new to me, and I do apologize for that. If you want to, or feel the need to, leave a comment down below the video once you finish watching it, or whenever you finish watching it, or I don't know how this whole YouTube thing works. So I'm just gonna get on with it and start with my introductions so you guys get to know a little bit about me while this art piece is being completed in the background. So that I am a freelance artist and streamer. However, I also have a background in graphic design, specifically Twitch graphic design. I've done so many overlays, intro displays, emotes, and bit batches for a variety of streamers, and you can find that out on my website. I actually have a list of all the people that I've worked for. If that grabs your fancy, I highly recommend catching one of my streams because that's mostly what I get commissioned for, is my graphic design work. But even with that said, graphic design isn't completely my passion. Definitely illustration and digital artwork is where a lot of my passion lies, and that's why I opened up my first Patreon this year. My Patreon is solely surrounded about the fact of just doing more digital artwork and basically creating a illustration portfolio of my work to either just have so I can be able to get an illustration job, or just to basically build up a shop, an art shop, which I've been planning on doing as well for this upcoming year and all that stuff. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to have a successful shop open and ready for everybody. Most of the artwork that I enjoy doing is fantasy artwork. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love just magic and monsters and wizards and horror and just I love all that stuff. Like Howl here from Howl's Moving Castle. Howl, if you don't know the Studio Ghibli movie, Howl's Moving Castle is about this character Howl, seen here, who is a powerful sorcerer who makes a pact with a fire demon named Calcifer, who is the little sprite there. But I won't spoil too much of it. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's very colorful and a beautiful movie. So, other than that, that's all the little prodding I'm gonna do about that movie. Most of the time, when I'm doing artwork, I don't usually do fan art. This particular piece is actually a Patreon request from one of my supporters. And as much as I love like the movie Howl and such like that, and like other shows and video games as well, fan art just doesn't bring out like my artistic passion. Whenever I have free time, I typically do artwork of my own characters and OCs. I have so many. Um, and I try to basically grow the environment and world that I currently have for my characters, which I'm sure I'll be able to talk more about it in future videos, or if like people are curious enough to ask them for my next video, if I decide to do another speed painting of a sticker style for my next video, I can elaborate more on the whole world and everything. If you are curious, I highly recommend going to my Patreon, at least becoming like a follower there, because most of my artwork will be posted there first before it is posted anywhere else. So just a heads up to anybody watching this video who wants to get a scoop on the upcoming artwork for all of the platforms. But yeah, like fantasy artwork, trying to get more into sci-fi artwork as well. I enjoy I very much enjoy a lot of like Ghost in the Shell type stuff, or just I just enjoy fantasy. Fantasy realm is extremely amazing. I have a very big imagination when it comes to just trying to mix and match different genres together, such as like fantasy and sci-fi. My comic, for instance, on Patreon, the worlds that are going to be interacted in that comic are basically they're kind of opposites of each other, and one of them is like more high tech and lower levels of magic, while the other one is high level magic, low level technology. And it's interesting seeing these characters interact with one another, just because they have a general knowledge about how things quote unquote should be, but like it just works for them personally. But yeah, that's just a little extra teaser of like the worlds that might exist in my stories. Most of the artwork I do are not typically, well, okay, so I'm gonna put a little disclaimer here. My most popular illustration artwork are chibis and this sticker style that I have right here. It is the most popular because it's probably like a good middle ground of cheap, uh, but also get still has a really high quality to them. Um, Getting your characters and your OCs drawn in any way is always a treat and fun. I prefer drawing OCs overall, even if they're not my own. I just enjoy learning about other people's characters and their own imagination. That's kind of why I opened up Keylligraphy Inc. And their little slogan is like unlock the creative mind and stuff like that. So it's a little cheesy, but I enjoy puns and cheesiness. So that's just a little bit extra about me. So you guys can get to know me just a little bit better. Man, I'm so nervous about this whole YouTube video. But yeah, like, gotta try new things sometimes, you know? So on my website, uh, the two that stand out the most immediately in my mind are my main mascot for my Twitch page. Her name is Key. She is a very colorful masked character that kind of like has the structure and stance of like she has like hoofed feet and she has like a cape and everything like that. I really enjoy drawing character poses, or T poses, I guess you can say, and just like drawing them standing and putting a lot of thought and detail into the painting. But another favorite of mine when it comes to digital illustration is just desktop artwork, like the big ones that just like kind of what you see in like a video game character like image, where it's just like a big splash art that you can definitely have in the background of your computer. Just like just looks so cool. Like I want to make a whole bunch of those. But yeah, like digital artwork is by far my favorite medium to use. When I didn't have a tablet or a laptop to do digital artwork, my favorite traditional medium, and I get this question a bit, my favorite traditional medium is graphite and Bristol board. With with it, when it comes to colors though, I prefer watercolor because I like the soft texture that watercolor gets. But again, digital artwork is just so perfect for me because I really enjoy just being able to do a lot of detail and being able to go in and use really bright colors and purples and stuff like that. Because purple's such a hard color, and purple is probably one of my favorite colors of all. Like legit, like purple's my fave. But yeah, like digital artwork for me is just it speaks volumes to me. Like I can do so much with it, and I'm so happy that it's a medium that exists now. But yeah, like if I didn't have digital medium, I would definitely try to do my hand at ink washing and graphite and inking in general because that's the best way I can get all the details that I want along with the colors, or at least close to the colors that I would enjoy seeing at least. I have been told in the past that my attention to detail as well as my attention to color is extremely extraordinary, especially color. I've asked several artists to look at my portfolio before, and I can say for a fact that they all saw that I have no I don't shy away from colors, especially one artist really his critique really stood out to me because he gave me kudos for really going forward with colors and being able to boldly go into really bright ass colors without a second thought. Um, one of my uh one of the other artists that I talked to who quickly became one of my friends through Twitch. He always gives me kudos on my colors, but in the end, I'll let you guys decide it through my portfolio or through this video if you are still watching at this point. If you're still watching this YouTube video, I'll let you guys decide on if my colors are superb or not, or if my coloring technique is enjoyable to watch at least. I know for a fact that when it comes to watching another artist draw, and I've done this several times through both YouTube and Twitch creative streams, is that I really do enjoy watching other artists draw and seeing their creative input and process. So hopefully my videos will just add on to that and be inspirational to some people, or just be something in the background while you're working on whatever you're working on. Just just to say that you're not the only ones out there who really enjoy like watching another artist do their thing and see the process and just get mesmerized by just everything that's happening. Again, like if there's any little tweaks that you would like me to do, like for instance, changing the layout of any kind, or maybe just slowing down the speed up process, or try to edit out a few of the jittery moments, just feel free to leave those comments down below for sure in the YouTube video, and I'll try my best to read through some of them. Again, just YouTube's also new to me. Just feel free to do what you need to do. If you did like the video somehow, not to have no confidence in myself, but first video, come on, it's gonna be bad. But if you did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like if you want to. And I have no real big say on like what you should and shouldn't do. But if you did enjoy everything and you do wish to support me, I do have a Patreon as well as a Ko-fi site. I'll be sure to leave those links down below as we're reaching this final little step in finishing the coloring and process of this artwork in the background. So this is the sticker style. This is a Patreon reward. Most of my Patreons get rewards every few months. So if you would like to receive your own little fan art, feel free to become a Patreon and keep this whole entire artist business going. And I'll be sure to leave all these links and such for you guys to click on in the description below, so everything will be more accessible to everyone watching this video, especially the last little bits of this video. If you have any tips or anything for how I can improve my future videos, feel free to leave them in the comments below, just as the last reminder. And I'll be sure to try to read those and improve my future videos for you guys. Other than that, I think I'll just let the rest of this video play out. Enjoy the rest. And thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you next time.